Why does Capricorn keep cutting you off and then coming back? Let's talk about it. I'm Lamar Townsend. I'm a natural intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, psychic reader, psychic tarot reader. I'm also an astrologist, and I would love to do a personal, private, confidential psychic tarot reading for you, or a personal, private birth chart reading, or love synastry, love compatibility birth chart reading, okay? If you would like any of those things, please contact me on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Also, please email me or email me at lamar.townsend@gmail.com. Also, if you have any questions, check out the personal ethics section and the FAQ section on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Also, please follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend and like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend official, okay? Now, why does Capricorn keep cutting you off and then coming back? Well, there could be a few things going on here with this Capricorn. One thing that could be going on here with this Capricorn is that this Capricorn, for some reason, just can't let you go. Maybe there's something in the relationship that wasn't, there was no closure. Maybe, it didn't end on a good note, like it wasn't fixed, like there was no like conclusion, there was no really real resolution prior to cutting you off. Sometimes it's just that the Capricorn literally cannot let you go. The Capricorn, sometimes it's something you did, and the Capricorn just needs time to cool off, to let it go, and then they'll come back. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over, they're gonna keep cutting you off. And then hopefully, after some time has passed, whether it be a few weeks, a few months, a few years, hopefully you've changed that behavior pattern. Hopefully you've changed whatever it was that made that Capricorn upset. And the Capricorn will stay around for a lot longer, all right? But if you just continue to do the thing that, and the thing could be, anything, when it comes to Capricorn, Capricorns, are known for having short tempers a lot of times, especially with other people, because, a lot of things that seem common sense to Capricorn, other people don't really seem to, understand, I guess. Like, for example, what's something that will irritate most Capricorns? Something that will irritate most Capricorns is someone who doesn't stick to their word. You know, like if you say you're gonna be somewhere at a certain time, and you show up late, you show up like 3 hours late, or if you don't show up at all, like those are grounds for a Capricorn to cut you off. Um, but if that Capricorn accepts you back into their life, at some point, if a Capricorn, gets over it, but if you keep doing that same thing over and over, that Capricorn is going to continuously cut you off until you change your behavior. And if you never change your behavior, well, then the Capricorn's never going to come back, all right? Because, a Capricorn can only take so much, insanity, right? And insanity, the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Now, hear me out, okay? This is not just the other person, this is also the Capricorn. Both of these people in this situation are insane. The Capricorn keeps going back to the person in hopes that they will change, but this person keeps doing the same thing over and over, just like the Capricorn. So a Capricorn can only take so much of that insane, situation, that say insane nature, that insane energy. It's just like, this is insane and I'm over it. I'm done. I'm ready to go back to sanity. So Capricorns will tend to go back to sanity, which is cutting you off. Because they just cannot deal with dealing with the same thing over and over, doing the same thing over and over, and expecting a different result. Because deep down, Capricorns know that people can't change, and Capricorn, you can't, as much Capricorn power as Capricorns have, they can't change people. People have to be willing to change themselves, and if a person isn't willing to change, well then, you know like a Capricorn's way of showing you, hey, you need to change, is cutting you off and coming back. Every time you do that thing that makes the Capricorn mad, they cut you off in hopes that you get it. Hey, every time I do this thing, I notice that Capricorn doesn't talk to me for a few weeks or a few months or a few years. Maybe I should stop doing that thing with Capricorn or doing that thing to Capricorn. Right? Like, doesn't that make sense? So that's one reason why a Capricorn would cut you off. Another reason why a Capricorn would cut you off and come back is because they can. Sometimes, Capricorns take advantage of the fact that you will always be there in that way. Does that make sense? And I know that sounds harsh, but it's kind of true. I'm trying to put it in nice terms, but it's because you allow them, and that's more. First of all, that's a reflection of the Capricorn for someone who would do that. That's not nice to do. It's totally unacceptable, but it's also a reflection of the other person who allows the Capricorn in and out, right? Because the Capricorn is only giving you so much. They're not giving you all. You know what I'm saying? But you hold on into the hopes that there will at some point Capricorn will come to his or her senses, and they'll give me your all, their all, but they typically won't. You know what I'm saying? They give you just enough to keep you settled, to keep you, complacent, and then they take it away. You know what I'm saying? Until the next time they need you. You know what I'm saying? Remember Capricorn's motto in astrology or whatever, the Zodiac, whatever, is I use, right? So if a person is willing to be used, and sometimes people are willing to be used, sometimes willingly and unwillingly, all right? Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it real here, all right? That's why it's so important to protect your energy, but be discerning and know your self worth, right? By the way, a Capricorn who does this, who uses people, can have a low sense of self worth as well, right? Because a Capricorn who sees, oh, this person, um, doesn't their self esteem is low. This a Capricorn who is evolved will not play into that, will not use that to their advantage. But a Capricorn who maybe doesn't care so much, or it's not that they don't care, but they know they can get away with it. Um, they will use people for whatever they want to get from them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's nothing like crazy. Sometimes it's company. Sometimes it can be something materialistic like money. But I mean, in some instances, it's other things. It's other favors, right? It really depends on the situation. But at the same time, that person, who allows Capricorn in and out is agreeing to that situation because they keep allowing it to happen. Here's the thing about a Capricorn. A Capricorn will only allow something to happen to them that which they allow. They're not the type that's going to let you use them. Now, sometimes they do get in situations where they do get used because their heart gets the best of them. They tend to use their hearts over their heads sometimes, or sometimes a Capricorn can be blinded by love, blinded by power, this and that, whatever. But eventually, a Capricorn will come to his or her senses, honey. All right, and the tables turn inevitably at that point. Here's the thing about a Capricorn, though. A Capricorn, when they're in this position with someone and they have the power, whereas Capricorn keeps cutting you on and off, and and keeps letting you in and out. Typically, it's because this happens when the person. I'm trying to scoot up, sorry, because I'm like on the edge of the seat here. This happens when the person wants more from the Capricorn. Okay, let me rephrase this. Typically, this happens when the person who Capricorn keeps cutting off and coming back. This typically happens when that person wants more from the Capricorn than the Capricorn is willing to give. Okay, so a Capricorn will cut that person off when that person is wanting, demanding, more from the Capricorn than the Capricorn is willing to give. You know what I'm saying? So if you can play that fine line between knowing your place, then this could be um a cool relationship? I mean, I don't really know, but like most of the times people don't know how to tread that fine line, you know what I'm saying? Um, so they go overboard with a Capricorn. And typically these are people who are in the friend zone, maybe with friends with benefits or acquaintances, something like that. People who Capricorn kind of keeps at bay, right? But when these people who are kept at bay, demand, they start putting up signs, Capricorn, I want Capricorn's attention. That's when Capricorn shuts the blinds and cuts you off. You know what I'm saying? And so you get your act together until you know your place. I know it's tough terminology, but I'm just trying to keep it real here. Um, the Capricorn won't return until then. You know what I'm saying? Until you've shown that, hey, I've chilled out. I realized. But if you act up again, the blinds go down. The door locks again, right? Like Capricorn just cuts you out. So it really depends on your place in the Capricorn's life. I have to be honest. It also, you know, um, depends on the mutual benefits of the relationship, I think, as well. Like, if Capricorn really, and mutual benefits does not have to be just materialism. I know we're talking about Capricorn, so automatically, we think of money, we think of power, and this and that. But a lot of times it can be just friendship. It can be, a deep, though, like a deep knowing, like, I trust you, you trust me, like family type friendship, if that's like in place, for example, like if it's like a family, like you're my brother, you're my sister, whatever, but you're really just my best friend or friend, whatever, but I consider you family. Capricorn will always inevitably return. You know what I'm saying? Like Capricorn can't stay away from those type of people who just Capricorn has a deep love, a love and a bond, with a love for and a bond with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes it's really weird because Capricorns, like, Capricorns see the true people, like the true colors of people. So, a lot of times Capricorn can have people in their lives that they just want to get to know, that they just really vibe with, that they may not know that well, but they want them in their life. So even those types of people, like Capricorn will keep. They may cut you off. They may act up. They may kind of be, act, curt every now and then, but they always come back around. They always go back to their gentle selves. Inevitably. With these people. But if you're just an acquaintance, if you're just, you know, someone Capricorn has one night stands with every now and then, or if you're just a coworker like Capricorn sees every now and then at the job he or she doesn't really want to be at, and they know they're not going to be here next year, Capricorn doesn't mind cutting you off and coming back when they feel the need to, when they feel like it. And once again, that situation could be a few weeks. If you like, also Capricorns, like if you're dating, this is really harsh, but someone needs to hear this. If you're like dating a Capricorn, if you're newly dating a Capricorn, and this goes back to wanting more than the Capricorn is willing to give. Like, if you're newly dating, like, and really, this also depends on how you met. Like, I'll even go a little bit deeper. Like, if you met on a dating website or dating app, or Facebook, I don't know. Times are just changing, y'all. Or, I'll even go as far as to say at the supermarket or the store. Like, Capricorns are just these people. That's not really, if they're not feeling you, then they'll just cut you off, like, and they'll come back. Oh, remember that guy I met at the super, remember that guy I met online, I wonder how he's doing. I know it's been a year or a few months since we last talked, let me reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not a big deal to a Capricorn to cut that kind of person off, because there's no closeness, there's no mutual beneficial factor there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Capricorns can sense red flags in a person right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing for a Capricorn to cut someone off who is considered dead weight, who is considered, over there. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, if you're over there, then you have, free reign to get cut off. You're working to get over here. Like, that's what you're working towards, is to get over here. You know what I'm saying? But if you work too hard, you're gonna stay over there. So don't work it too hard. Like, Capricorns are extra smooth kind of people. We don't like when people lay it on thick. That's gonna get you cut off. You know what I'm saying? So, these are just some reasons why a Capricorn would, cut you off and allow you back in. It's something deeper typically. It's not just, is this Capricorn playing a game? No, it's not just Capricorn playing games. It's Capricorn trying to teach you something. But also saving themselves, playing defense at the same time, playing offense and defense at the same time. That's what the cutoff is, right? Like, you know, but know that here's what you can do. When the Capricorn comes back, because you don't want to press the issue, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, give it a while, and then maybe reach out if they haven't reached out. If you really want a relationship with the Capricorn, and ask why the Capricorn cut you off. Now, word it in a really nice, respectful way, because remember, you at this point, you're not. It's not the same energy. It's not, oh, hey, how are you? But no, it's, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while. I don't know what's been up, like, but I just wanted to say hey, and word it however you want to word it. Remember, you're not besties anymore. Like, it's not the energy it once was at this point if a Capricorn has cut you off. That's what you need to understand, I think. So come at it from a higher perspective. Come at it from a respectful perspective, and trying to understand what happened, why you got cut off. Don't ask why you got cut off, but try to figure out what you did that made the Capricorn upset. Dig a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's what you can do, and maybe and then just don't do that thing again once you realize whatever it was that got you cut off. Like, that's the second step. That's the most important part, I think, is to not do it again, because you're going to get cut off if you do it again. And I can't promise you that the Capricorn is going to come back, especially after they've explained to you. So this is also a word, a warning, a word from the wise. Once a Capricorn has explained to you what it was that got you cut off, you cannot, there, from that point forward, you cannot do that thing again. All right? Sometimes we slip up, okay, but you have to acknowledge when you slip up, you know what I'm saying? And you have to really work towards not letting it happen again, because too many times the Capricorn is going to cut you off. Remember, it's like the boss. Saturn's like the boss at work. How many mistakes are you going to make? Are you going to be able to make the same mistake over and over and be able to stay at your job? I don't think so. So I hate to say it like that, but that's kind of how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's loyalty, it's dedication, it's consistency. It's all of these important things in a relationship that keep the relationship. It's like the glue to the relationship with a Capricorn, so to speak. So, and then everything else is just the pieces put together. So. All right, these are some reasons why Capricorn will cut you off and come back in. I hope this gave you some clarity and insight. This was a long one. I really did not intend for this to be so long, but sometimes it happens like that. All right, so I appreciate you guys so much. Please contact me for your own personal private tarot reading, or birth chart reading, or love synastry, love compatibility reading on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. And I would love it if you would follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. Join my group on Facebook, Lamar Townsend Group, where it's nothing but positivity, love, and happiness, and a family environment. So, love you guys. Namaste. Love and light. Until the next video.